All right, what's going on, guys? So I want to get something off my chest really quickly. And crazy enough, I got a comment in my Facebook group by someone. And this is my private Facebook group for members of my programs. So you have an awesome community where people can support you. I have some of my paid coaches helping out in there, plus tons of thousands of members of people that are in amazing shape that are posting and helping. And so someone on the forum that's new, or the Facebook group rather, he left a comment that really it took me back. And he said that he's struggling. He's struggling to get motivated. He's not able to go to the gym because his ex-girlfriend, his girlfriend broke up with him, and now she's seeing another guy, and he is torn to pieces. And he can't seem to get the motivation to take control of his life. He can't. He's in so much pain. He's so beaten down by life that he's stuck. He can't move. He's in quicksand. I was reading this, and it really caught me off guard. And I was reading a lot of the comments, like, oh man, don't worry, like, you'll get over it. And I couldn't help it. I had to say my 2 cents. You see, some of the greatest growth that you will ever experience in your life, where you are turbocharged to a completely new dimension of what you're capable of, it doesn't happen when everything's going well. It doesn't happen when you're so happy with your entire life and there's no pain and everything is just perfect. It happens out of immense pain, out of immense dissatisfaction. It happens out of being broken down. This goes for me too. When I think about my life, the most progress I ever made was when I was in pain. Because that pain you feel, emotional, whatever it is, physical, emotional, it creates leverage. It creates motivation. So when I read this comment by this guy saying that he's in so much pain, he doesn't have any motivation, I instantly thought to myself, what the fuck is this person doing? How the fuck, excuse my swearing, but it's important right now, how the fuck do you not take any control of your life? You see, I grew up as a small kid. I was always, below average. And I remember being weak. I remember bullies being able to beat me up. And in that pain, I knew to myself that I never wanted anyone to have control over me. So I took it upon myself to learn how to become stronger, how to defend myself. That weakness is what propelled me into a passion of strength training, a passion of martial arts. I started doing martial arts throughout my entire high school career. And I remember when I was in my teenage years, I was too scared to talk to girls. Any girl I had a crush on, I couldn't even fucking look her in the eyes with my eyes watering. And if I tried to talk to her, I would I would forget how to talk. And I shied myself away from girls. And then eventually, when I was a little bit older, 16, 17, my hormones started to rage up. I was like, I can't do this anymore. And so it was out of that pain of not being able to get what I want, of not being able to get a girlfriend, that I had a newfound surge to, you know what, let me handle this. Let me read. Let me learn how to do this. Let me learn how to become confident. Let me learn how to become myself. Let me put myself out there. And then I got a girlfriend. And, we're about to do a circle right now. We're about to do a circle and come back to the beginning. The title of this video is something along the lines of, my girlfriend left me for another guy. So when I was 17, my girlfriend of almost a year, she wanted to break up, and there was another guy in her life. And that experience tore me up. I remember like I didn't, like, nothing really ever, like, got me sad. And I, like, at 17, I probably hadn't cried in 5 years. 4 years, I think my grandfather's death. I remember after I heard that, I felt crushed. I felt betrayed. I felt torn. I felt horrible. And I went into my bathroom and I just fucking bawled my eyes for 10, 15 minutes. And then I was like, fuck, I gotta go drive down to Scarborough because I was doing some martial art training. And I went in there and I trained. And so after that experience, you know, naturally, of course, you just want to get your girlfriend back, but you have to be smart about things. And, you know, if anyone's in this situation, you don't try and get your girlfriend back. You try and take that pain and you focus on excelling in life. You focus on really tackling your goals. You focus on going harder on your training, building a better body, putting yourself out there, becoming more confident, meeting a hotter, smarter, cooler, higher quality girl that has more to offer you. You see, it's in these situations of pain that we really excel in life. That's why there's this ongoing joke about peaking in high school. If you're the coolest kid in high school, you're already up here. You don't have the drive to go and make something of your life. You don't have that drive. I even remember, you know, after high school, I went off to university, and I didn't really feel alive in university. I didn't really see the logical point of going to school. It kind of seemed like spending 4 years learning a bunch of random stuff, 95% of it doesn't really apply to me or apply to my goals, just to get a piece of paper so that someone will take me seriously. I thought that was a monumental waste of time. I was like, I want to make money. I want to build a business. I want to love what I'm doing every single day. I want to help people. How is this experience helping me? Maybe I'll get a couple connections. Maybe it will prove to people that I'm able to learn and follow orders. Fuck that. You know, it was in that pain of feeling so out of place, of feeling like I didn't belong, of feeling stuck, that I knew I had to do something important. And then after leaving school, through the pain of everyone judging me negatively, thinking I'm going to amount to nothing, thinking I'm making a colossal mistake, telling me I'm never going to make it, never going to be able to build a business, it was through that pain that I said, you know what? Let me show you. Let me show you what I'm going to do. I'm not just going to try and build a nice fitness company. I'm going to change the world. And it only took about 5 years to do over $1 million a year in fitness programs that have changed thousands of people's lives all over the world. And it only took 5 years to reach, 45 million people on YouTube, millions of people on my podcast on Facebook, to change millions of lives. You see, one of our greatest assets is pain. One of our greatest assets is discomfort. Embrace discomfort. Because it's through that you get immense motivation. So, my lesson to the person listening who's going through pain, who's been beaten up, there's two options. There's two types of people. The first type of person, when things go wrong, when they're unhappy with a situation, they let life overwhelm them. They let life beat them up, and they feel bad, and they complain, and they wish it wasn't so, and they do nothing. They are the fucking victims. Doesn't matter how big, how small the event is, there's two types of people. When something goes wrong, they complain. They look for sympathy. They tell the problems to everyone without any desire to get feedback on how to improve it. They just want to complain and reinforce that they're this victim, hard done by person. These people go nowhere. They go down. Problems always re-arise when you're this victim person. You never catch a break because you don't want to break. You want to complain. You're identified. Your whole mind is identified with that victim mentality, and that's what you want. That's your whole sense of self. So if you were to succeed, it would, in a sense, destroy you. It would destroy your entire identity of who you are. You cannot be this person. The second type of person, when things go wrong, when they're not happy, you know what? They're not happy. They're not trying to hide from their pain. They're not trying to convince themselves that life is great. They embrace the pain. They say, you know what? Fuck, I'm not happy. I don't like how I look. Or you know what? I'm not happy because I am small. I've been bullied. I have no control over myself. I don't have the confidence to stand up. I remember what it felt like to feel like that. Or maybe they're in pain because, you know what? They don't have any freedom in their life. They don't have the job they want. They're making no money and they don't have any freedom. They feel trapped. They feel like they don't have the money to go on this amazing vacation. They don't have the money to go and enjoy an awesome dinner or treat their loved ones. They feel the pain like they don't have the freedom to live the life they want. When people have that pain, or when you have the crushing pain of having your heart torn out of your chest because someone that you loved stopped loving you and wanted to be with someone else, well, you know what? The second type of person, they feel that pain and they say, you know what? I never want to feel like this again. They feel that pain and they say, what do I want? And they get very strongly emotionally connected to their goals. Stronger than ever because there's a huge emotional charge flooding through their entire body. And they say, what do I want? And they get so clear on their goals, you know? Maybe if you lost your girlfriend, maybe desperately you want to get her back, but really that might not be the answer. The answer might be you want abundance. You want to meet someone better. Or you just simply don't want to lose all your emotional control over yourself, or someone else can shatter you. Might sound harsh, but when there's a lot of pain, you got to be harsh. And so these types of people, they get strongly connected to their goals. And from there, they work on those goals every single day. I remember when my first girlfriend, she broke up with me, she left me. And I was crushed and torn. And I got focused on my goals. You know what? And some good stuff came out of it. You see, people, we have the belief that, you know, especially with relationships, when you lose that person, all we see is the good stuff we lost. We don't see the positive. We're not able to frame it properly. This is a whole other video topic. But when I lost my girlfriend, eventually I started to realize, and I only really made this connection until later, that, you know what? Losing her was actually great for me because when I hung out with her, I'd always miss my workouts, which I was so into my fitness. I would end up eating crappier. And the more time I spent with her, the worse my training was, the shittier I looked. And you know what? At that young age, I didn't really want to have a girlfriend. I wanted to be free. I wanted to hang out with my friends. Because she lived an hour away, so I'd miss my weekends with my buddies. So in the time, all I saw was pain and I felt hurt. But when I did all the math and I looked at the whole situation from a very logical, unbiased view, I was like, you know what? This was awesome for me. But anyways, in the moment though, all I felt was pain. I'm going to 2 lessons now. And you know what? I ended up, a couple months later, I was dating the hottest girl from another high school. Way hotter than any girl in my high school. And so it's in that pain that we propel ourselves to success. So for the person listening that's going through a lot of hardship, don't shy away from it. Don't cry about it. Don't complain. Feel the pain and find out where you want to go, and you take that leverage you have, you take all that pain you have, and you direct it into where you want to go. One of my best buddies, he went through, he went through a loss, a breakup, and that pain was so strong that he went through an amazing muscle building transformation. He put on 20 pounds of solid size naturally, in a 6 month or so period. And so I want you guys to remember this. In life, we're always going to have things that hurt us. We're always going to have adversities, setbacks, and we're going to have, our hearts broken. We're going to have things just get colossally fucked up. And we have to embrace it. We have to remember that it's in this pain that's going to give us leverage to move forward. I even remember, I remember when my father passed away. And after, the devastation of losing a loved one and just feeling crushed and torn, feeling your whole world crumble all around you, after that washed over, the next thing that came in my head was, how am I ever going to be able to navigate the world or amount to anything without my father there to show me the ropes? Because he was, having him in my life as my father, the guy that accomplished so much, I knew it in my heart that I was going to go on to accomplish a lot. And I knew that I had to have my father there to teach me. And he always told me at a young age. He said that when the time came, he was going to show me the ropes. He was going to show me how to make money, build a business, navigate the world. And he passed away when I was 11. And so eventually I felt a ton of extra pain because I'm like, how am I going to do it without him? He's gone. Who's going to teach me? And eventually that pain drove me on a quest of self-learning, where I started to read a lot of business books, finance books, because I knew that without him there, I had to take it upon myself to learn. I remember I read a bunch of books when I was 12, 13, 14. So all I want you to know is to remember, the pain we feel in our lives are what drive us to succeed. And if you have no pain or adversity, a lot of times you won't have the motivation. And that's why life is an all-equalizing place. Because the people at the top, they might have everything. They might have all the connections, all the money, all the power to go further. But when you're well-fed, you start to lose that motivation. Then a younger person who has a lot less money, a lot less connections, a lot less stuff on paper to work for him, but because he has the pain, he can drive himself up and get on that level, surpass the mountain peak that the other person was on. So don't hide away from pain. Don't shy away from pain. Accept it, feel it, and let it fuel you. This is why in my latest, film adaptation, The Real Bruce Wayne Returns, I spoke to that. The gym became my sanctuary. The weights, my ally. My anger fueled me. My pain transformed me. In my weakness, I found strength. In my despair, I found hope. I was rewarded for my effort. I was honored for my commitment. I spoke to that. If this message was helpful, please hit the like button. And please share your comments below. Share your stories. Share your stories. What was the biggest pain you went through? And how did you change your life afterwards? The way of the cross is an important lesson about how the darkest things in our life hold the most power and can elicit the most positive change. In fact, I believe it was Napoleon Hill that said, with every adversity is the seed of an equal or greater good. Remember this. Remember this. All right, I appreciate each and every one of you. So the last thing I'm going to tell you to do again is, as I said earlier, share your comments. Give me an example. I'm going to read this. I like reading this stuff. What was one of the hardest things you went through? where you felt torn up, hurt, destroyed. And then what came out of that? What was the positive that came out of the negative? Because as I said earlier, life is an all balancing event. There's always a trade-off. With the negative comes positive, with the positive comes negative. It always balances out. All right, this video is getting close to 30 minutes. I wanted to keep it under 10, but it didn't happen. Thank you for watching. Bye. And finally, if you join one of my programs, you'll get access to the Kinobody private Facebook group where I engage in. I try to be in there every day. And we have our coaches in there helping answer everyone's questions, along with tons of other people that are in amazing shape, some better shape than me. So if you want to join a program and be part of the community, then I'll put the link on this video, or simply go to kinojourney.com. You'll find your best program for you. It's my physique quiz, which helps me determine what you need to do. You'll find my best program for you. And again, this is for people that take action. This is for people that are the second type. Because if you join my program, I want you to get a ton out of it. I want you to get out so much more. So if you're the person that takes control, doesn't create excuses, that goes after it, then join the program. The link here. Thank you. Bye.